Hello, Ray of Hope family. This is March. It's Women's History Month, and we are celebrating some of the women of the Ray of Hope. We've been searching around for some of these hidden figures, people who are doing great things, but we may not know about all the great things they're doing. We see them in ministry on Sundays and in between time. I want to introduce you to Cherese Clark Wilson. She is one of our members here at the Ray, and she also is, I'm going to read her bio because I want to do it justice. She is a founding partner of Clark, Lowry, and Lumpkin, has blazed trails in family law. As of 2016, she has been a rising star of Georgia every year since 2016 is what I'm hearing. She is a national top 100 black lawyer for matrimonial and family law and for the state of Georgia, and a national top 40 under 40 award recipient for her exemplary leadership and dedication to family law, where she is also an executive board member. Woo! This woman right here. And I just want to add this other point because I think it's important. She earned her Juris Doctorate from Georgia State University College of Law and has a cum laude graduate of Spelman College. I love Spelman. With a bachelor's degree in political science.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you for
having me.
Thank
you for all you've been doing. This is amazing.
Thank you for the recognition.
Oh, you're very welcome. I see you all the time here at the Ray, dancing in our dance ministry, yes. And I know you provide some leadership with that as well. Yes. Tell us, fill out this bio. I did the little bio thing, but what have you been up to? What's going on with you?
So some of the things that my bio doesn't necessarily capture is that I'm a mom.
Yeah.
I'm a mom of 4. I have 2 bonus children. And then I have my 2 biological children. They keep me pretty busy. Uh-huh. I'm married. And it's just, those are some of my greatest accomplishments. Mm-hmm. So while it looks like that on paper, yeah. The personal aspect of my life is probably the most fulfilling.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense to me. But it also makes me wonder, how do you do it all? That's a lot.
I pray. I pray in Google Calendars. Mm-hmm. Usually is the best way that I can get everything done.
Keep everything together. So tell me, what is it that led you to the work that you do? How did you get to where you are today?
So it's funny. So when I was in 6th grade, I'm going to age myself just a little bit. So when I was in 6th grade, I watched the O.J. Simpson trial.
Oh, yeah.
And so I thought it was so cool that Marsha Clark had my last name. That was really a big deal. And so I started looking at, what does she do? What is this lawyer thing about? And so ever since I was in 6th grade, I knew that I wanted to be a lawyer. Wow. I didn't know how to do that. I was the first generation in my family to attend college. So we didn't have necessarily the blueprint of it, but my mom made it work. Yeah. And we got it done, and now I'm here.
Wow. And when I listen to people share their story, and when I read your bio, I see all the, I'm hitting all these highlights. But I don't think people always know what people have to go through to get to where they've gotten to.
Right.
I know there were some obstacles along the way. Can you share maybe kind of what some of the obstacles were for you and how you made it past them?
Well, I firmly believe that without a test, you can't have a testimony. Without there being a little bit of pain, you can't find your purpose, right? So one of the things that really kind of catapulted me into wanting to do family law is going through it myself. Mm-hmm. I went through a divorce, and in law school, I didn't think that I ever wanted to be a family lawyer. I wanted to be this kick-butt criminal lawyer, Annalise Keaton, How to Get Away with Murder. Yeah. That was going to be me. Never have any kids either, but we won't tell my kids that. But that was what I wanted to do until I ended up having to face divorce in my 3rd year of law school. But prior to that, I had my daughter 2 months early, and I was just entering into law school. For some reason, I thought it was a big secret. I shouldn't tell the school, and I didn't really know what to do. But at the end of the day, it ended up working out. She was due in August of 2008, and I had her in June of 2008. And so after having her, I would go to school from 6 to 9 while I was on maternity leave, go to school from 6 to 9, then come back to the hospital.
Wow.
And she became very astute in NICU in contract law because I read to her. But after that, I started law school in July of 2008. So June, I had my daughter, a preemie. June 2008, I had my daughter. Then July, I started law school. And then August of 2008 was when everything kind of went full speed ahead. So she was really a lot of my motivation in getting through law school. And I also think that the pain in going through divorce kind of gives me that personal edge, and that just kind of tips me over the edge with clients because they understand that I get it from a personal perspective, but I also get it from a professional perspective because this is all I deal with every day. And so that was really one huge obstacle. Also, blending my family because now I'm remarried. Blending the family and being able to then offer the light at the end of the tunnel for clients has also been something, while it may have been difficult, it may have been challenging, it really ends up being the perfect storm and a beautiful storm.
So rewarding.
Yes.
Yeah. Can you say a little bit, you talked about prayer.
Yes.
Could you say a little bit more about, your relationship with the Father and your spiritual life and how that has been, integrated into all of this success?
So there are a couple of things. So one thing that I have been very intentional about doing is making sure that I pray the prayer of Jabez. Every year I do gratitude post-its where I want to speak something, manifest something. So I pray about it, I write it down. And then I've gotten a little off track with it, but I'll go back and look in that jar after praying the prayer of Jabez for weeks and months and increase my territory. And then look back and see how things have manifested. Doing vision journals. So that's one aspect of it. But the other aspect of it is that I pray with my clients. Some attorneys or some professionals may say, oh, no spirituality and no religion. But, of course, with my clients' blessings, we pray before court. We may pray after consultations. We may pray at any time I see that look of distress. And I haven't always been one that's been able to pray out loud. My best friend, I used to call her, like, I don't think God can hear me. You do it. Just pray for me. But now, being in this position has allowed me to be able to help my clients walk through this journey from a spiritual perspective. And the third thing is that there is a prayer that's hanging in my office called the Lawyer's Prayer.
The Lawyer's Prayer.
The Lawyer's Prayer. Okay. And I'm going to read it.
Okay.
The Lawyer's Prayer says, Lord, grant that I may be able in argument, accurate in analysis, strict in study, candid with clients, and honest with adversaries. Stand beside me in court, so that today I shall not, in order to win a point, lose my soul.
Oh, wow.
So when you have that prayer fueling the professional side of you, that's how I get through this and use my spirituality for good.
Oh, thank you so much, sis. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.